Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is already the end of August. Yep, time flies. I think everybody says it and I think everybody feels it. Time truly does fly. School is officially back in session here in Tennessee. My girls went back about 3 weeks ago. They started like at the beginning of August. And everything is back into routine, which at this point of the year I need. And then like come close to summertime, I'm like, I need the no routine. I need the sleeping in. I need the just hanging out at the pool all day. I need it. And right now I need the routine. So I'm loving it. And I'm here to talk about August favorites. I honestly have a few. So let's just go ahead and start. I'm going to start with makeup and beauty, and then I've got a food item and a book at the end. So I'll go ahead and get these out of the way. I just want to touch base on them quickly. These are the BK Beauty brushes. I did an entire video on them. They are the last video that I did, and I think in that video at the end I said, oh, I'm super excited about the video that I'm about to come up on Friday. I'm having to refilm that video. It's going to be up next week, hopefully, fingers crossed. So you're stuck with favorites. Anywho, if you want to see my full review on the BK Beauty brushes, be sure and check it out. I will put it in a card up here. I demo them as I review them, so hopefully you will find that helpful. And let's do a couple of eyeshadow palettes that I have been loving. The first one is the Dirty. I mean, I cannot keep anything on this vanity clean. I will tell you, the second my girls get home from school, they come up here and they play in makeup. Like yesterday, my 7-year-old made herself Pikachu. Quite comical. And it's a good thing I had the Kat Von D palette that has the yellow in it, or she would not have been able to achieve it. Anywho, I can't keep this stuff clean. This is the Viseart Neutral Mattes Milieu palette. This is the number 2. So the Neutral Matte's 1, I know everybody has seen because people talk about it all the time. A lot of people say that these are overpriced shadows. I am not one of those people. These palettes do cost $80, and at first you're like, holy cow. But you do get 12 very nice size shadows. It's a total of 0.84 ounces. This is the second version. Now, this is in the new packaging where you can pop out the actual shadows, and I can't get it to focus. You can pop out the actual shadows and put them into separate palettes if you want, or you can make your own palette with different singles in a Viseart palette like this. These are more of the formula of the Grande Pro palettes, the Theory palettes. The original 12 pan matte are a little bit drier than this. I did not mind this. I found that just made them blend that much easier. I could be in the minority on that, but this is a little bit softer. It does have a little bit more kick up than the original 12 pan palettes. I love it nonetheless though, especially this color, y'all. This is like my kind of color. Anytime there is a pinky, purpley, burgundy, I don't even know what you call it, like magenta color in a palette, I am drawn to it. This is one of my very favorite colors to put on my eyes. It looks so good with blue eyes, but I also like peaches, which there's a lot of. I just really like the layout of this, the color choices of this, the performance of this. I've been using it a lot. These are all matte shadows, so obviously I have to, pull in single shadows or other palettes if I want a little bit of shimmer, but I have been really, really liking that. So Viseart Neutral Mattes 2. And the next palette is actually the one I have on my eyes right now. This is the same eye look I had on in the BK Beauty video because it is the eye look that I have been wearing so much this past month. This is the Persona Identity 2 palette. So it comes like this. The Identity 1 palette has been in my top favorite eyeshadow palettes ever since it came out. I love that palette. I have 2 of them. I use it a lot on clients. When I first got this, they did send this to me. When I first got this, I opened it and I was like, like it's really pretty, but am I actually going to use half of these shadows? Yes. Yes, I am actually going to use half of these shadows. Now, the ones I have on my eyes right now are these 4 right here. So the top 3 and then this one. So they're like more of the safe shades, but I am doing a 4 looks with 1 palette on this. I did one of those with the first Identity palette and it got a lot of good response. So I'm doing it with this one too, and it's forcing me to play in some of these fun colors, which I'm really liking. The formula is not compromised at all. It's the same Persona formula, which I absolutely love. Easy to blend, highly pigmented. My two favorite colors in this palette are Honest, which is right here, and Empowered, which is right here. Honest is what I have on my lids today. It's that really pretty, like champagne-y ivory undertone of peach. And then Empowered is right there, and I did a really pretty eye look for the 4-look video with that. It's in the same line of that like burgundy, pinky, purpley, magenta color that I absolutely am drawn to. But then you've got other colors like this gorgeous Independent, which is this really deep, almost denim blue. I mean, the pigment is so nice, and they're just easy to work with. I don't want to say buttery and blendable and, well, I did say blendable. Buttery and creamy and all those other adjectives because I know they're overused, but I don't really know how else to explain the gorgeousness of these shadows. Look at that green. I mean, that is one swipe of my pinky. They don't perform any less on the eyes as they do swatch, because sometimes finger swatches can be a little bit deceiving, and I totally understand that. But for this instance and for this palette, they're not. Now, I will say that the 2 palette is $10 more than the 1 palette. I can only guess that that is due to packaging. It's the exact same amount of product, so obviously it's not that. But this is a cardboard package with, and this is dirty, y'all, I'm sorry, this just shows how much I use it, with a smaller mirror inlay, whereas this one is much sturdier and plastic, and it's got a full-size mirror, which has got full of fingerprints, and it snaps closed versus just laying closed. So I'm assuming that is where the difference in cost comes from. Now, let's stay on the eyeshadow train because I really don't have much other than that. I talked about these in my Sephora haul. These are the Kosas 10-second eyeshadows. These are so unique. I have nothing like them in my collection. It is a biphase formula where it's kind of got the water or whatever liquid, and then it's got the actual pigment color down at the bottom. So you do have to shake these up really well. I have 2 colors. I have Globe, which is the first one I got that made me fall in love with it. They're so easy to apply. They dry down nicely. They don't lose their pigment in blending. This is Globe. And then I bought Element in the VIB sale. Oh, and these together would make just a glorious eye look. But that right there is Globe. And then underneath it is Element. But you can see, oh, they're just so pretty. I want all of them. And they do have, I cannot believe I did not get the magenta color because I think it's called Fahrenheit. I want that one for sure because it is along the same lines as those pretty pinks that I just showed you in those other palettes. But oh, these are so pretty. They are so easy to just, you know, glide on and blend out up into the crease for like a one shadow look, or you can use them with other shadows too. I have used them quite often with powder shadows, and I don't find that they disturb the consistency of those shadows at all. So I've been loving those. And then real quick, I did not do a separate review on this. Let me know if you want it. I just feel like the industry is inundated with foundations right now. I feel like that's what everybody's coming out with. I am buying a good bit of them to try them out, but I'm not sure if I should do reviews for them because it's just so all over the place, the reviews. And I just feel like I'm too late to the game because I don't do first impressions. And if you want it, you probably already bought it and you don't need the review. So I'm just going to talk about this. If you do want a separate review, let me know. But this is the Anastasia Luminous Foundation. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and spoil the review and tell you I really like it. I can't get away from my Jane Iredale BB cream. I did an entire video of just a review of this on my other channel that I'll put up in a card. I love this so much. I love it mixed. My favorite is mixed with the Beautycounter Tint Skin, but that was in my last month's favorite. I'm not going to lie and say that this is still not a favorite, and that the majority of the month has been me wearing this by itself or in combination with the Tint Skin. But in the realm of other foundations that I have tried this past month, I'm going to say that the ABH is at the top of that list. The actual product I really enjoy, and I got the color 315N, and it works perfectly for me. And then last makeup product I'm going to talk about is the Tarte Sugar Rush Sun and Fun Baked Bronzer. I tried a couple of new bronzers this past month. I really like the Lawless one too, but the reason that I chose this one to put in the favorites is because it is not a matte bronzer, and I really just gravitate towards shimmerier, more satin bronzers. That's just the look that I like. It's the bronzer that I have on today. I use it with my Osmosis Large Accent Brush most of the time. I just love it. It's like, it's not too warm, but it's definitely not cool. I don't like cool bronzers on myself. It's neutral to warm, and it doesn't show up shimmery on the face. It just looks like really nice bronzed skin, which is what I look for in a bronzer. The packaging is pretty bulky. Not the biggest fan of that. It does look like it's a baked product because it does have a dome to it. I haven't tried anything else from the Sugar Crush line. I've heard good things about some of the other products, but this is the only one I've tried. It's really the only one that spoke to me, and I have been really liking it. I do have one fail, unfortunately, in the makeup category. And this was actually sent to me by Octoly and Kevyn Aucoin, and it's the new foundation Balm. Now, I'm going to say I picked the wrong color. That was totally on me. I picked light FB05. Not a good color for me at all. It looks like it might be, like in the pan, it looks, oh, like that might actually work. But then when you actually apply it and swatch it, it just looks kind of pasty. And it almost has, even though I don't think it says it has a pink undertone, it looks pink on me. This is something that I'm going to be quite honest, say I have not worn all day, because what I did was, after swatching on my hand and feeling how matte it was, I wanted to try it like at night before I tried it all day and had to like reapply my skincare and SPF and stuff if I didn't like it. And so after I washed my face one night, I put it on just to see. The color, you know, was off, and I will say that, but it just was very matte on me. It did not sit right on my skin. It did not do anything for my skin. It did not do anything for my age. I mean, I feel like it aged me and made me look way older than I am. And I just wasn't a fan of it. I did try it with the Kevyn Aucoin brush that comes with it. It was okay. I mean, it's not like riveting, although I will keep the brush and use it for like cream bronzer, because I do like this size brush for that. This is just, it's a really matte foundation. It just it didn't do anything for me. So unfortunately, I have to put that in the fails category. If you've tried it and love it, please share your thoughts down below, because I don't want to totally send everybody away from it. It's just for me, it didn't work out. Now let's go ahead and talk about the randoms real quick. I have a food product that I'm going to talk about. I don't eat much gluten anyways. Having hypothyroidism, try to steer clear of it as much as I can, but I do like to have wraps. I will sometimes have them for breakfast and put like scrambled eggs and avocado and salsa and stuff like that in them, or I'll have them for lunch and put, like, I love a smoked salmon wrap. I love smoked salmon. I could eat my weight in smoked salmon. I know the sodium isn't that great, but I love it. And I'll put it with like spinach and veggies and smoked salmon. I just like wraps. I feel like they're easy, they're good, but the wraps that I were eating had gluten in them. And so I was like, because this is my only thing really during the day that has gluten, I need to find something that doesn't. So when I Googled gluten-free wraps, this brand came up more than once. This is the NUCO, I think that's how you pronounce it, NUCO, organic coconut wraps. So it's gone, they're gone, but I kept the wrapper to show you. So this is the wrapper right here. They are non-GMO, vegan, raw, gluten-free, paleo, and no salt added. I wish that they weren't gone so I could show you what they look like. I'm waiting for my package to come from iHerb because that's where I ordered my last round. The first ones I got from Amazon. These are 70 calories, 5 grams of fat, 4 net carbs, and 1 protein. The ingredients are coconut meat, organic coconut water, organic virgin coconut oil, and that's it. So it has like simple recipes on the back. Savory, wrap it with scrambled eggs, chopped onion, tomatoes, cheese, and avocado. Sweet, try slathering your NUCO wrap with Greek yogurt, filling it with strawberries, granola, and topping with a drizzle of honey and a dash of cinnamon. Wrap up for a flavorful and tasty treat on the go. I will say, they do have a little tinge of sweetness to them, but my favorite thing in life is salty and savory when it comes to food, like mixing the two. I love maple bacon. I love chocolate covered pretzels. I love anything that's salty and sweet. So this is like a perfect wrap for me. They are not as thick as most wraps, and they get soft. So if you put something hot in them, because I made like an egg omelet kind of just and put some spinach in it and cooked it all together, and then I kind of laid it on the wrap right after it came out of the skillet, and it was so hot that it almost ate through the wrap. So I wouldn't suggest putting something super hot in it because they are a little thin, but they have been a favorite. Now, they are not cheap. They come in 5 to a package, and I believe I paid in Amazon when I first got it, it was a 2-pack, so I got 10 and it was like $14. iHerb had a sale and I got 3 of them for $15. So, I mean, you can find them in sales. Thrive Market has them. I don't know. Just, there's lots of different coconut wraps too. I could talk about these obviously forever, but this has been a true favorite. I eat at least 1 a day. Sometimes I'll eat 2. All right. Let's wrap this up with my favorite book this month. It's now got makeup all over it. It is no secret that I'm a Christian. I love to read Christian-based books. I love to listen to the podcast. And one of my favorites is Francis Chan. If you have never listened to Francis Chan or read one of his books, I highly recommend him. One of the main reasons that I love him and his wife so much is that they are 150% unapologetic about their faith. And that is what I strive to be. I know that not everybody in this world believes what I do, and that's okay. But if I was not unapologetic about what I believed, how strong could I really say my belief is? So I feel like, because I strive to be that way, I am attracted to listening to people and reading by people who are the same way. Francis Chan is that way. I mean, so much so that, sometimes I get out of the car of the podcast and look at Chad and I'm like, can we say convicted? This is the book that I'm going to talk about. This is called You and Me Forever, Marriage in Light of Eternity. This is by Francis and Lisa Chan, his wife. This is not so much a marriage book. I mean, obviously it says marriage in light of eternity, but it really, really, really pinpoints your walk with Christ and how important that is and how it's so much more important than your marriage should ever be. And I'm going to read like a little blurb on the back. It says, marriage is great, but it's not forever. It's until death do us part. Then comes eternal rewards or regrets, depending on how we spend our lives. While we cannot allow lesser things to destroy our marriages, we also cannot allow marriage to distract us from greater things. A jealous God asks us to pursue him first and most, and then life makes sense and everything falls into its proper place. Love, laughter, and intimacy were all created to be enjoyed. So there is a way to love family deeply without ignoring heaven. It all comes down to our focus. Jesus was right. We have it all backwards. The way to have a great marriage is by not focusing on marriage. And that sums up the book 100%. So just wanted to bring that to you. I know not everybody believes, again, like I do. So there's going to be some of y'all that could care less about this book. But if you are a Christian or if you are interested in Christianity, I highly suggest this book. So that is it. That is going to wrap up my August 2019 favorites. As always, I always like you to tell me your favorites down in the description box below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future content. And as always, I hope y'all all go out and have a very blessed day.